So welcome back. In this video, we'll learn about the pandas basic. And previously, in the first class, we have learned the Python for beginner. In Python beginner, we went through very basic from the Python to the advanced. And if you have watched that video, you'll understand it is a little bit of theoretical. And that's the reason. Okay, let me show you the video I'm talking about. So if you go on, sorry, not toy, YouTube, and if you search for engineer YouTuber, so this is the video I'm talking about. So in the previous, let me show you. This is the Python full. Uh, okay, this is the video. In this video, we
Uh,
do Python basic.
Hello and welcome. So,
So if you see in the starting, I have not changed screen, but it is very informative. If you went through the video in the uh, playback speed of uh, 1.25 or 1.5, it is very helpful because it is theoretical, and that's why a lot of people think why am I watching this video and all those things. But at starting of foundation of any language, you should understand what's we are trying to learn. So this is very basic in Python. As long as you are learning for data science or any means you the foundation is Python, but the stream you are choosing is data science, data analytics, or data engineer. This is the very useful thing you should understand, because this is very Python, very basic thing that you learn in Python. So yeah, now the second class is on pandas basics. In so many of you may have question that what is pandas. Pandas is nothing but a library which is useful for mathematical manipulation. So you may have question that what is mathematical manipulation we do, or analytics in data science. So it is one of the open source and fast, powerful, flexible, and uh, open source, as I mentioned before, for a data analytics and manipulation tool built top of on the Python programming language. So if you want to install in your IDE, you just write pip install pandas. It is already installed in my system. So requirement already satisfied, you may see. So um, if you see, I have one image here. So you can see data structure, and in data structure, dimension, name, and description. So first is one series and 1D table. So 1D and 2D, if you think about it, there is a data type which is 1D data, 2D data, and if we see 3D data, and there are multiple dimensions in the data set. So we are talking about 2D data and 1D data. 1D data is a single column. It is just list of data. Uh, and when we talk about the 2D or a data frame, it is a row and column data. So that's why we call it as a 2D data, because we have labeled data over there. Okay. So in this pandas, what we're gonna do, we're gonna work with this series and data frame. Most of the time we will work with a data frame, and maybe as per your requirement, you may work with the series data also. So depend on the data. If you working with a series data or a data frame or 1D or 2D data, you need pandas, and it is a basic library you should understand in the Python. Because if you want to do analyticals or mathematical manipulations, so there are different way to create the series in pandas, and the following script import a pandas module and then called a series as a method class instructor to create the empty series. So if I want to create a empty series, what I do, my series and equal to pd dot PD is nothing but the pandas library. So as a short form, what I imported, import pandas as a PD, and then PD dot series, and open and close parenthesis. So it will create what, it create a series with a empty series, and the data type is object because I have nothing there. So it may say it is a object data type because always a series create with the object data type. Now we'll import a numpy is again one of the basic library we are going to learn in the upcoming video, maybe or may not be, but in this video we'll learn about the pandas. So we'll talk about the pandas. I just imported one of the library called numpy as an np, and then I have created an array. So if I want to create an array, how am I going to create np dot array, and I'll pass a list of items. So 10, 20, 30, whatever the you want to pass into list, you can pass into list. If you know the what is list, if you don't know, go and watch the previous class of a python for beginner. You may learn all those things, dictionary, list, set, and all those things. So now I pass my list into the np.array, and it create a series. So pd.series, and I pass my array. So you can see it give me an index from 0 to 4, and here you can see this is the 10, 20, 30, and 40 and 50. So I got into series, and you can see this is the int 32. So this data type is int 32, and this is the series. If you see series, now I again the pass. So this is one type I can create a my series data series. Okay, this is another type. My series pd dot series, I pass my array. This is my array, and now index as a num1 num2. Index is nothing but uh, index number. If you see index number, and that index number represent that series of series. So this is num1, it represent the 10, and this num2 represent the 20. So this is how it looks like. Okay, now again here what we have done, we have used the np.array. I pass my array, and this is my index. So same thing I have done here. If we see, same thing I have done mistakenly, but this is how we create another way in uh, if you want to create a series, you this is one of the type. Now what I have done here, pd dot series, in series I have passed my all the series, and here the index. So this is the another way you can create the series. Now if I want to access my zeroth index, how can I access the zeroth index? I'll just pass 0 here, and it will print the zero, zeroth index. In zeroth index I have 10, and if I want to access by using the index, this is accessed by uh, a, a series. So if I pass series as a 0, so it will give me a 10th value. If I pass here a third value, it will give me a 30. Again, sorry, 40, because it start from 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I pass here 2, and you can see, and if I num 4, so I'll get a 40. So this is how you can access your item from the series. Now finding a mean and max values. So this is my series, and if I want to get my mean and max, what how can I access that? If this is the I'm using the numpy here, numpy min, and I'm passing my series, I get the minimum value is 2 and maximum value is 11. So if I change here the maximum value, if I change that, so now the max value is 13 and the min value is, what if I pass here a 0? So it should take as a 0 as a minimum value, and I'm using the another np numpy for that, to finding the uh, mean and max value. Now finding the mean value. So what is mean? Mean is nothing but the average of values. So if you take this as a, well, if you take this list and calculate the sum and divided by the 5, you'll get the average value. So let's get the sum of those value. So can I use print print and my series dot sum. Is it possible to get me a sum? So the summation is 35, and if I divide that by 5, I should, because why I'm dividing with 5, because I have the five item in my list. That's why I'm dividing with 5. So I'm getting the average of 5. This is what we calculate the mean value. But we have already in our series that panda provide that if I want to get the mean value, this is how we calculate it. It is already have the program in that series already later. So if I want to find what is the data type, I'll just write d type and I'll get the data type of my how can I find the data type? So this is the data type int 60 64 64. It is nothing but the int values. This is the list of int, so I'll get the my series with the int. Now if I want to convert that list, a list, converting to the list, if I want to convert that into a list, what I'll do, I'll just write to list. I have the series of data and I want that into a list, so this is the list format. Okay, to list, my series dot to list is converted into a list. Now we'll learn the pandas second is data frame, and you're gonna use that hugely in your program. So pandas data frame is a tabular data. As I mentioned, it is a row and column structure and store the data into form of row and column. As a standard, the rows correspond to the record, while column refer to the attribute. Attribute is nothing but the columns, the features we have. Like if I have if I want to store the data of a student which who is having a mark sheet of a mark sheet, student of mark sheet. So I have the columns like math, their subject name math, then the name of the student math, then the english and the subject names, and then we have a name as a, like Pavan is a name, and then we have the values of their having subject by mark list. So panda data frame is a collection of series. It is nothing but the collection of series. So we have several series, and they are, get that series into a one data frame. That's it. So I have created here a empty data frame, and if you can see, this is the data frame, empty data frame. Column, we have nothing in our column, and index, as we have nothing. Index is nothing but a row, and column is nothing but a columns. We have number of columns. So this is the empty list. Now I have given the score as a list, and we have passed the nested list. You can see this is the nested list. In list we have another list. So the first list is nothing but the mathematics marks, and we have the 85, then english 90 91, and history is 95. So we have given the scores over there. And in the data frame, pd dot data frame, this is how you create the data frame name. It should be d is capital and f is capital. Always mention this is necessary. If you write a small letter as a f, it will not create the data frame. You may give you an error. This is how you create a data frame. Then you pass the score over there. I have passed the score and the columns as a subject, because what is the column name? First is math english, so this is the subject and this is the score. I have passed the column name. If you use that, you'll get the math is equal to 85, and this is how you get that. Okay, now even there are multiple types. By using that, you can create a data frame. So this is the score, and I'm passing the dictionary. In dictionary, I have the subject, and I am in subject is a key, and those are the values. So in values, I'm passing the math, history. This is the subject name, and in the score, I'm passing the list. So if you see here, I'm passing only a score. Sorry, at my okay, this is the score, and subject as a uh, uh, this is the one dictionary. In dictionary, this is the key and this is the value. So this is the again, this is score as a key, and this is the value. So if I pass my score into the pd dot frame, it will create a uh, this is the data frame. It create subject and the scores. If I want to add here a new subject, so I'll just add. If you want to sport is a subject, then you can add it. Huh. In sport, I'm just using sport as a subject. It is a name of sport as a subject, but we can add 75. And if you can see, sport is added at fifth of the index as a sport and 75 marks as score as I did. Now, data frame using the list of dictionary. So I have the score and I have passed one list, and in list we have the multiple dictionaries. So subject is a math, then score as a so key value pair. If you see, this is the key and this is the value. This is the key and this is the value. We have passes the key value into the dictionary, and you can see I have created the same list of data frame. Now we are going to handle the uh, so if I have, this is the only I have five value. What if I have a value in the lakhs? So my size is in the lakhs. If you see, this is the index 0. What if I have 10,000 rows in my data frame? So how can I handle that data frame? So simply you can write that df dot head, and if I pass here a 4, I'll get a 0 from 0. It start from 0 to give the 5. If I pass nothing here, it will give me by default 5 value because it is already a 5. If I want a last values, it will take a last values. Now I have only five values in my data frame. Because of that, it will take only last five as a four, those first five four. And if even if I take the head, it will take the first five. So if you understand, head, this is first five. If I take the 10, if I have a more than if I have a 100 rows, and if I want to check the last five, how can I check? I'll just use the tail here. So it will give me a 100, 99, 98, 97, 96. Those are the five rows I'll get with the column values. Okay. So after that, this is the tail. You can use that. If I mention here tail, and it will give me a last two rows, 4 and 3, because I can access the last two rows also. Now if I after if you want to get the information, what is information? What is my df? This is my df as a data frame. I store as a my data frame, and after that I'm using the info is nothing but what is info give you the column name, then the how many none values in non values in my data frame, and then the data type. If you see, this is the column subject and score, then the data type object and int. Object is nothing but a string, and int is a int values. Okay. And then the non value, because I don't have any none value means I don't have none. If you see a none value in your data frame, it is nothing but there is no not, you cannot say it is a zero. None value is a none value, because I don't know the full form of none value, but none value is not operatable. So you may have to delete that value, or you may have to operate that none value. You have to replace that none value anyhow. And it is a it comes under a feature in engineering, feature engineering, or in the process of cleaning a data. We're going to learn that in our upcoming video maybe. But this is the pandas data. So if you have a null data, it will show into the count of non null data. If I have a two none in my data frame, I have uh, null data, non null data. So it will count that and it will show here. After that, getting a info about the numerical column. So if I want information about my numerical column, what are the numerical column? I have two columns. You can see subject and score. Subject is nothing but a string or object. But if I want to get the int value from my um, data frame, how can I get that? So getting the information about a numerical value, so I'll just write a describe here, and I'll get the count. How many count I have? Five count, because I have five row. Then the what is the mean value of those thing? Those are the score. If you count the mean value, you'll get a, this is the mean, this is the standard deviation, this is the minimum value. If you see, 72 is the minimum value, 25% is you may have a question, why we want a 25%, 50%, 75% and max value. This may use the max value. You may want to know कि इतना बड़ा डेटा फ्रेम है, उस डेटा फ्रेम से आपको मैक्सिमम वैल्यू निकालना, तो how can you can just write describe and you will get that. You can use the max value also, but if you want all those information in one single row, you'll get it here. You can watch mean, max, or 75%, 30%, what is that, till you may need in the further process. So after, now I want to import a value, import a data frame. So this is the data frame I have created, but what if we have a data frame available somewhere? So uh, one of the website called Kaggle, you can go and explore that, because they store all the CSV file, or any other Excel file, that where store the information in the CSV format or Excel format. So we'll get, this is the Irish data. It is of related to Irish flower, and it will give you the sepal length, sepal width, petal length, or petal width. This is the length of that flower, and this is the variety of that flower, Setosa. There are four variety in the iris flower. So this is the data frame about that. So you can see that this is the int value, this is the width, this is the int value, and this is the categorical value, because we are getting a four categories in the variety. So this is how you can explore that. But today we are just exploring, we are not doing feature engineering or cleaning or gathering the data. We are just using the pandas as a library. So what we can do using the pandas, so we can import the CSV file. What you need, pd dot read CSV. You just need to write the pd dot read CSV, and you need to pass that CSV or CSV file. Okay, and if you use the head, you'll get the head. Now if I want a 10 value, so you can see this is the 10 value I have. Now if you use the tail here, you'll get the last 10 value. So you can see I have the 150 values, and from 149 I'll getting the 140 till 140. And this is the Virginica is the one of the category from floors, Iris floors, and this is the int value. You can see that. Now we have the Excel here. We can also export the Excel, import the Excel file also. So for that, you need to import this thing, because I'm using the I didn't get the Excel file from, because I have not searched more than that. But if you get the Excel file, you can just write read Excel, and you pass the Excel file. But now I have the one of the type of Excel is XLS. That's why I need this library, XL XLRD. So I install that, pip install XLRD, and after that I start to import that. This is the Titan data, where the if you have watched the Titanic, you may understand Titanic में कौन कौन सर्वाइव किया था और कौन कौन नहीं, उनका ये डेटा शीट है, और उनका सब इस डेटा शीट में ये दिया है. तो you can go analysis by using that. I have already did analysis, one of the in one of my video. You can go and watch that. I have done a big analysis over there. I have created a Flask API by using that. You can go and watch that in my playlist. So this is the Titanic video, and you can see this much row we have, and this much column we have, 14 by 1309 rows we have. After that, if I want to create a, I have created one data frame. You can see data is a nested list. In list we have multiple lists, so I have passed the list. This is the list, and this is the apple, orange, and color, their colors. I have created a randomly colors. You can see apple to someone order from a Blinkit, apple, and oranges, two oranges, and this color is red. So it is a random data I have created. You can create any kind of data by using that. So I have created this data, and I'm going to explore that data by using, I'm going to tell you the Python methods, how many methods we have. So now this is the data frame I have created, apple, orange, and color. These are the columns, and I have around seven rows I have created. Now you can see, you can just explore the columns. So I want, if I have a 14 column or more than 50, because you may have a 100 column or 150 column or 100, around more than 150 column also. So if you want to explore your column, you want to see how many columns and what are the columns, so you can just df dot columns, you'll get apple. Now I have only three columns, so you can avoid that. Now if I want to get my data type of data frame, so you can just write df dot I've stored my data frame as a df, so data frame as a df. So you'll just data df dot data type. So this apple is the int, and orange also int, because it is number of a number of fruits I have in my card, is it mentions, and the color is, it is the color of that fruit. Okay, so now this is the information. You can see apple, orange, and color are three column. We have no non null value count here. So these are the count. If I have any count which is null, you can see here, and this is the data type of that data frame. Now if I want I want to get um, a data column which having a string value or object as a string. So this is how you can get df dot select data type. Select data type is a method, and you pass include is equal to object. If I pass here int, it should write the int value. You can see this is the int value I'm getting. So this is how you get if you want to explore. If I have a float value, you can just write the float and you'll get the float value, but I am not having the float value, I'm not passing the float. So you can see this is how you explore, or this is how you get the data from your data frame. After that, you want to get the values of an apple. So if I want to get the values from the apple, so you can see this is the apple, and in apple column I have the values 1 2 5 till 6. So you can explore that as a this, or you can just write here and you'll get same. Okay, I need to pass my into the because it is a, now I'll get the same as it is. So you can write multiple type. There are many type you can explore that, and this is one of the type you can get the, this is my data, this is my column, and this is the value from apple column. I'm getting the values, all those values. Now I want to see what is the size. If you want to know what is the size, the number of rows times the number of columns. So I have the seven rows and the three columns. So 7 multiplied by 3 satric equis. So uh, so 21 is the size of my data frame. Okay, now I want to get the shape. Shape is nothing but the tuple. In the form of tuple, it represents the dimensionality of data frame. So seven, first is zeroth index of this tuple is your row, and the second first index is showing the number of columns. So three columns and the 7 rows. Okay, this is how you get your data frame shape. Df dot shape, df dot apple, and a sign dot float. Now what is a sign? I am converting my data type. I have int previously. If you watch, I have int, and now object specifying I am converting into a float. So this is how you convert into float. If you want to store that into the specific column, you just, but I'm just, this is for showing. I'm showing you. If you want to store that into the this column only, so you just use, if you want to store that, I'll just use df dot apple, and this is how you store in the apple column. It will store, but I don't want to save that in real time, so I'll just use that. So now I have converted into float. If I want that into object, can I convert into object? Let's see. Now this is converted into object. The data type is object, but you can see this is the int value, and my data type is object, because you can convert into object. It is the int value, but you, now if I want to do some mathematics on this column, I cannot do that because the data type is int object type. So this is the string. You can perform the operation of a string on this apple column, but you cannot perform uh, the the operation which we can perform on int value. So you need to convert that into a int, and after that you can perform the operation into int format. Okay, now if I want to copy my data frame, so what you can do, you just copy df dot copy, and this is the way I have created a one copy of my data frame. This is how you copy the data frame. So I have now one more copy in my df2. So if I want to add a 30, I have added a one more column called price, and I pass the value 80 as a 80 to all the rows. So you can see df dot price, and this is the one column I have added, and it is pass. So now you can see, this is how you can see. Now, this is there are two type of copies. One is shallow copy and one is deep copy. In deep copy, you just copy the data frame. But if you change in the data frame, if you now df2 is created, if I change the df2, it will not reflect into my df1. So this is how you this is the deep copy. And if in shallow copy, what happen, if I deep is equal to false, means the it is already do default is deep copy. But if I go and change to the false, it will false, means it will use the shallow copy. And in shallow copy, if I made the changes here, it will reflect into my data frame. This is how it works. So now we'll move further. Now this is the first. If I want to head, we have already shown. Now we are moving to the advanced topic. So if I want to access my specific row with access the single value of a row and column pair by label. So you just get the value of a specific row or oblique column pair. So df at is nothing but a you are checking on zeroth index my color. What is my color? So zeroth index, my color is red. If I pass here a fourth index, what is my color? So you can see fourth index, and the color I pass is yellow orange. So you can, if I use here apple, apple. So fourth index and apple column is 2, value is 2. So this is how you access the value. You may have asked you, what is the use of that? You may use in the real time when you work with larger data and you want to access the specific column from with the index value. So you can access that by using the at. Now if I want to change, if I want to set a with a different value. Now if I want to change the zeroth index is red. Now if I pass as a blue over there, and if you check that, now previously it was red, now you can see this is the blue. So this is how you change. You can set that also by using the at, by using the method called at. Now if I want to, I have a data frame and I want to add a at, I add. So accessing a single value for a row and column pair by integer position. You may have, you may ask, what is the integer position? Previously I was passing the column name. Now I don't want to pass column name. I'll pass 1 0. So zeroth index and first column. So you can see zeroth index and first column, my value is 1. If I pass here a zeroth index and third column, it may give the value. If I pass zeroth index and second value, so you'll get the blue. So this is zeroth index, and if you start with apple, there's a zeroth column, first column, second column, third column. Second column is color. So from color, what is different between this? So I'm passing as an integer column name, but I'm passing the index, passing the value. So if I have a multiple column and I don't know the exact name of that column, but I want to get that data, but I know what is the data inside that. So a number of that specific column. So I'll just use the I at. So I'll get that. Now I want to change that value. You can just assign equal to, and you can assign the value over there. So this is how you assign the value. Okay. Now after that, df at, so data frame. Now I'll lock. What is lock? Lock is nothing but the location. You want to access the location of specific column or a row. You can access that. So access a group of row and rows and columns by labeling labels or a boolean array. So df dot lock, and I'm passing the 0 and the color. So color. So I'm getting a value blue. Now purely integer base indexing for the for the position. iloc, I'm using a iloc. iloc is nothing but a purely indexing base. तो यहाँ पे indexing base चलता है, nothing but indexing iloc. Here I passing the color as a string, I'm passing a index here. Now if you may ask कि मुझे यहाँ से भी पूरा रो चाहिए था, we'll just use this, and it should write the, actually I don't know what's happening, but you can access that also by using that. But I want by using the iloc you can operate that. You may ask कि ये ऐसा क्या हो रहा है, 0 to 1, and I'm getting all the index here. Now in iloc, if you access the zeroth iloc, you'll get a apple is equal to 1, orange is equal to 1. This is the iloc of zeroth index. If you want a iloc with a zeroth index in a one list, this is the one thing. This is how you access that. Now I use the iloc and I pass the lambda. Now lambda is the one of the function. It is anonymous function. uh, if you watch my previous video, how to create a function, you may go through that, and over there I shown how you can create a functions. But this is the anonymous function, it is already available. You can write a, this is the command I have passed here. So whenever we have the uh, I want to get the even values. So 0, 2, 4, and 6. These are the column I want. So I'm getting the all those value. I'm passing the instruction over there, and I'll get all the value which are in the format. Now iterate over the data frame and return the tuple with the column name and the content of the series. So I'm just using the apple column, and item is nothing but the iteration. So if I want to iterate that values, so you can just iterate, and I'm past the j. And now you may ask कि j में पूरा क्या था. So let's print that. If you see j is giving the tuple, so you can see iterate over the data frame couple and return the tuple में देता है क्या, लेता है एक index देता है, index 0 1 2 3 till the 6 and the value of that apple column. So I don't want the index, I want the values only. So you can just get the iteration and you will get the values. Now I want to key. What is key? Key is nothing but the those are the value. This is the key. So you can see this no. So key is nothing but the iter these are the key. These are the key. Indexing is nothing but the key. Now I want to iter the row wise iteration. Iter items we have iterated. Now I want to use the data frame dot iter row. So it will row wise iteration, and I'm passing a for loop. So it will iterate over the uh, it will take the first row. You can see this is the first row in the form of a tuple, and you'll get the all the value. And what I have done is here I'll give a partition of by using the star. You just pass this command and it will partition into a single partition. Now if I want to pop means pop is nothing but if I want to delete something from my list. So if I want to delete the apple column, I'll just choose that, and you can see this is how you delete that. Okay, now I'll just go back. Can I go back here? I don't know. Now if I use the, because it is already deleted, apple column is deleted, and if I it for that you need to store that because it will already deleted, and it is delete once it deleted it will not come back. So for that you need to go to the your original data frame and then you can use it. Now this is your tail is nothing but last value. Now we want to filter that. If I want to filter my uh, pandas, you can use the log df.log, and you pass the, this is how you, the detail of hidden while you are sharing the screen. Okay, now df of this is I'm passing the where apple column value is greater than 5, and this is the and. If you have not watched my first video, go what is and nothing but the I'm ending all the things. If this is coming all together, this is the command, this is the one condition. If this condition satisfied, I'll get that filter out row, or if I have multiple row, I'll get that it will create a one data frame and filter data frame. I store as a filter data frame. This is new data frame I have created using the iLock, and I'll pass my, so I pass where the price is 80 equal to 80 and the color is red. So it will search in the my data frame and it will filter out. Okay, this is how you use the filter. But now if you see, I have already deleted my apple column from my row. That's why it is not coming up. So if I just go here, if I just go here, now I need to go all the book, because I want my data frame, original data frame. And now, okay, I need to create that data frame. So I'll just go here. Let's, okay, where I have created. Okay, here I have created. You know, that's why I was not doing that. Now I'll have my original data frame. If I come, hmm, that's the price, because I have not added the price. I need to go back to the price. Let's add the price column. Where's price column? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, this is a price column. We added the price column. Now go back down. Now where we have, here we are. Now, if I want to filter that, it will filter that out and I'll get the filter column. So this is the filter column. In the sixth of the, if I use the data frame here, just use the data frame. You can see this is the sixth column where Apple is greater than 5 and the price is 80 and the column is road. You may see here is the 8, but the red yellow is here. That's why I'm not getting that in the my filter. So this is how you filter the condition. Now, if you use the where condition, where is the same as the condition. You just write the where and you can replace that. So where is the condition? If this condition is false, it will return with the 10th value. So if you see, apple is wherever I have the apple greater than 8, it will replace with 10 value. So this is when this condition is true, it will use the uh, 10, it will replace with the 10. So you can see this is the, here is the 8, and if it is greater than 8 or equal to greater than 8, it will replace with 10. So you can see it replace with 10. Okay, now I'll move forward, and this is what I have done here. So I write a lambda function. What is that lambda function? If x is equal to blue, so from my color it will pass the color. If it is equal to blue, it will keep as it is, or else it will pass as a red. Okay, so if you see, if I have a blue, it will do the red, it will convert into a red. And if it is not blue, it will not convert into anything, or it will keep as it is. So previously I have a red value and now it is converted to a red. So this function, if I have a blue value, it will write as a red, otherwise it will keep as it is. So this is how we change our color column by using the lambda function. Not a lambda function, I use the apply here. Apply is nothing but if you want to apply a specific function on a specific column, you can apply by using the this apply method. Okay, df.apply, and you pass the your function or whatever you want, you have written, you just pass it here and it will apply into that column. Okay, now I have used the another thing here. So I have created one column called uh, uh, even, odd, and I pass my function, uh, created a column called and pass it 0. After that, what I have done, I use the apple, and if in apple I function, my function is if x. means the value from the apple column is into the, if they are even, if they are even, it will write the even. If they are odd, it will write the odd. If they are not equal to x percentile of 2, it will write the odd. And if they are not into the this condition, it will write the even. So if you see, 1 is odd, 2 is even, 5 is odd, 8 is even, 2 is even, 4 is even. So even odd wise comparison, I have created one column, new column. But if I have not assigned the column, if I have not created the column first, it may give the error. But if because it is a, it is work on data frame, it use the data frame and then it will create a new file. But if I use the map, if I use the map function, what it does, it will element wise, it will use the element wise. So first element, second element, and this is how it create. But it take the more time, it take the less time to run that. So df.apple, I use the apple and same function I pass and I get the whole value. But I don't need to create the data frame first, because I created data frame and then apply the apply method. But if you use the map, you can just use the map. But because it use the single row wise and then it create. Okay, now if you do the data aggregation, if I want to aggregate something on a specific column, so I'll get a aggregate function, df.aggregate, and I'll pass apple and pass the sum and mean in the list of sum and mean. This is the dictionary and this is the key is the apple, and my list is sum and value. So I want the sum of all the apple column from the values, and the mean of that apple column. So 4 is a mean and 28 is a sum. So this is how you pass the aggregation. Now I want to use the aggregation on all other column. So apple, I pass the tuple x as a apple, and the mean, I want the mean of that apple column. So I'll get the mean. Now in the orange, I want the mean. You can pass here a list dictionary also. Use the dictionary as a apple and pass the multiple dictionary over here. But I have used the mean. I want from orange column, I want the mean, minimum value and color from the maximum value. So maximum is a yellow orange, because I have used yellow orange, yellow red. That's why you get the yellow orange. And you can see nan value. This is how you get the nan value. If you see a nan value in your data frame, this is how you identify. You'll get, if you use the info that if you store, create a new data frame, it is stored as a new data frame. And if you run the df.info, you'll get the number of non value in your each row. So it will show null count is equal to 2 here, also 2, and here also 2, because we have none value in our data frame. Now you can see this is the aggregation. So 4 is the mean, and minimum value in the orange is a 1. You can see is a 1. And the maximum value in the color is a yellow orange, because yellow is number of time and orange may be number of time, 1 and 2 time orange. That's why yellow orange is coming maximum time. So aggregation, df dot aggregate and mean pass. So minimum value from all the data frame. Apple में वन है, color में वन, orange में वन है, color is orange. Minimum time is come orange 1. And then we have minimum value is 80 and even is a mm, now you may have asked कि even कैसे क्या गया, because number of time even come is more than odd. Because if you check with the string, it will work as a, वो अल्फाबेट वाइज वर्क करता है, ए बी सी डी ई एफ जी जैसे वर्क करता है, एंड देन इट स्टार्ट टू गेट. सो ए बी सी डी, इफ यू टेक ओ इज कम बिफोर दैट, e is come before the o. That's why it take the minimum as a even. Okay, now group wise function. So group wise is nothing but it will divide into a group wise. So I use the even odd as a group wise, and it convert into a two group. What is group category? Even and odd, and it give me the maximum value from that every single column. So apple may 8 or 5 is a maximum value for even and odd, and for orange we have 7. Then we have color. This is how you group wise distribution कर सकते हो, and you can use the function any other. Drop na is nothing but the, you drop the na value. So this is the na value. Now So if I have any none value here, it will automatically, if you df dot drop now, it will automatically delete that value from your data frame. After that, I have used the duplicate. If I have a duplicate value in my data frame, it will automatically give you the duplicate. So I use the apple as a data frame and I pass the duplicate. So in the fourth value is the duplicate value, 2 2 it's created. Okay, now 3, you may see 3, because apple pay मैंने duplicate लगाया, तो this is only check for apple. So 2 times 2 comes, that's why it get the this value. Okay, it used the this second is a second one is duplicate for that. First one is original and second one is duplicate. 2 times 2 comes, that's why it take duplicate. Now if I want to drop a specific column from the data frame, I use the df dot drop. I pass the column name and access. If I give the access 1, it will take as a column. If I give the access 0, it will take as a row. So I'll pass the drop. I use the df dot drop and pass my column, so it will delete that. Now I want to delete a specific index, first and six. So I pass the first and six index, it will drop that specific index. Now I want to store my sample. This is the sample file I have created. I want to save that as a final CSV file. I use the name as a sample CSV. So df2 df.to csv. So I am converting that into CSV. If it is in the another format, it will create it into converted into CSV format. I save as a sample CSV and index is equal to false, so my index will not be saved. So if you check the CSV file, this is the my CSV file. It is This is how it look like. CSV file is nothing but a comma separated values. So comma separated a value, comma you can see, and this is the separated CSV format. I've saved that CSV file into my format. So thanks for watching this video. And if you have not watched my previous video, go and watch Python first class C1, Python for beginner. This is the second class pandas basic. And if you watch this and if you liked it, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like that video and share with your friend. Thank you for watching this video and stay tuned. Thank you.